The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Let's check it out and see where we're sitting at right now. We got the S&P is currently up 13.75. We have the Russell up 6.6. Nasdaq currently up 38 points, almost 39 points on the day, with the Dow up 104. Indices are screaming on up right now. And welcome to post-Labor Day trading. We got oil right now is down $1.30, solid 1% move down. We got natural gas is currently down about 0.5%. Corn moving down 8 points. That's almost a 2% move. Soybeans down. Definitely not up. Down 38 points. 2.7% move down on soybeans. Some great moves on the ags. We got euro dollar currently up 39 pips, with the Aussie dollar up 114 pips on the day. Pound dollar is currently up 80 pips on the day, 0.5% move right there. And we got dollar CAD is down 39, with dollar franc down 9. So dollar CAD came out earlier this morning, and they had their trade balance reports along with the U.S. trade balance. We got about a 30 pip drop off of that. And then they had their interest rate with really no information and no market surprises. Due to that, really saw little to no movement on the U.S. CAD interest rate. Usually we see something coming out of that statement, but we really didn't get anything off of it right there. And let's go ahead and check out where we're at on the dollar franc. I'm down right now about 9 pips. Just been oscillating up and down a little bit. Up to 93.80, down to 93.47 currently, sitting right at 93.55. And let's go ahead and look at the euro yen. Euro yen up 55 pips. Pound yen is up 95 pips, with US yen up only 6 pips on the day. Pretty quiet right there on the US yen. And that's basically because we're seeing dollar weakness and yen weakness. And since we're seeing weakness in both of them, it's basically just causing it to be pretty flat at the moment. And looking on over at gold. Gold right now, we got 23, almost 24 points down on the day. Great moves on gold. Silver is down a whopping 4%. Massive moves on silver. And copper is down 0.065. So that makes it down about 2%. So some big moves on the metals today as well. Really just about everything is moving quite a bit. Like I said, we got dollar yen not moving much, dollar franc sort of flat at the moment. And but everything else, we got some pretty decent moves. So if you're following the trends this morning, you're doing pretty well. And you know, we have a lot of news coming up this week. We're going to have the European interest rate. Remember, when that comes out, we don't usually get a big move off of it. It usually comes from the big move, okay, usually comes out of the press conference, okay? So you want to be looking at that European press conference. That's where you get the big move on the euro dollar. The pound dollar also has their interest rate coming out. So that'll come out, that'll cause sort of a shock and awe move, and then it'll quiet down a little bit waiting for that European and press conference to come out. And so just a lot of big moves right there. And then, of course, on Friday, the big thing is we're going to have the US NFP report come out. And so that's going to, of course, take into account, they're going to take that into account for quantitative easing. Are they going to roll it back? It's more of a speculation trade than a reality trade. There really isn't an expectation that they're going to scale back in September. The rumor mill has said, well, there's no press conference in October, so if they're going to move, they're going to do a move in September. But, they could wait till November as well. So last time after Jackson Hole was about 2 months later before they made any announcements. Of course, that was when they announced things like additional QE. They might be waiting until November again this time to announce something like scaling back QE. We'll see. We're going to have a lot of interesting dynamic come up in the new year with really just almost an overhaul in the Fed. And what I mean by that is just all the new members. You got like 4 members retiring from their positions, and you got Bernanke checking out. You're going to have a new Fed chairman come in, and so no matter what we get from the Fed, all of that could change on the votes with basically almost the new Fed. So when you have that many members being replaced at the same time right there at the beginning of 2014. So we ought to have, quite a bit of volatility that'll lead into that, and it'll just add to the trading opportunities that exist that you can take advantage of throughout, the days. So hopefully you're able to, follow along with that. One of the sites I like to keep up with is financialjuice.com. And on that website, it's pretty helpful. It's just a streaming news feed from about 30 news sources. And so I like to watch it, especially when I'm trading news. And, we go into different news trades and different ways that you can trade news on the show. I like to walk through the different news, potential trades throughout the week. And one thing I recommend that you definitely do is go in and start watching these news reports. Start listening to, my show where I go through and I talk about different news reports and expectations of movement and things like that. And check it out over on Nadex. You can go over to TFNN.com, click on the banner on the homepage at TFNN, and you can, the Nadex banner, and then just click under, trading and then demo accounting. Sign up for a demo account. But one of the best things you can do is hop on over to TFNN.com and click on the trading competition link. So we're giving away $10,000 in prizes, $3,000 to first place. It's like, and then it just keeps going down from there. But I mean, you're talking even every day. This is a 5-day demo trading competition with real cash prizes. Every day we're giving away $500, $100 to the top 5 place traders. And so your opportunity to actually make something out of this and learn while you're doing it is great. You can hop in, you can ask questions, the Tiger in, everywhere else. So there's really just a lot of things that you can do to take advantage of this. And again, this is the last day. This is the final day. If you have not entered by today, you will not be able to take advantage of the trade. So make sure you hop on there and you definitely do register. Because if you don't register today, then that's it. And so I just want to remind you, make sure to hop on over to TFNN right now and register immediately so that way you can take advantage of these trades. Now, what are some of the things that you can do? Of course, we have the scanner, and I talk about that. I go through different ways to use the scanner, and I'm going to go into that even in more detail next week during the trading competition, because I want you to be able to use, the scanner and learn the different ways that it can help you find the best trades. Okay? But one thing we can look at is we can just look at, what news is coming up. And so, start practicing that this week. And let's see here. What do we got? Well, this coming week, we have a few things. Tonight we're going to have the monetary policy statement on the Japanese yen. And so you want to be looking at that. That usually comes out around 11 o'clock, like 10:40, 10:30, 10:45. And so you can look at trading that. There's also going to be usually a press conference afterwards around 3:30. But the big news is usually on the monetary policy statement. Okay? So you have that one for tonight that you can go in and you can take advantage of. And then, like I said, the press conference is usually around 3:30 tomorrow morning. Also, if we hop on over, we go to the pound, again, the pound dollar there. We're going to have the asset purchase facility, their official bank rate, their rate statement, all coming out right around 7 a.m. So you want to be ready for that trade. That'll be usually a really, really good trade that you can take advantage of. You usually get a lot of volatility out of it. So as long as the implied volatility doesn't make it too much, then you ought to be able to put on a good straddle, maybe even a strangle. I prefer straddles. But and that's also a decent hour, too. A lot of these pound announcements are going to be like 4:30. This one you get at 7 a.m. in the morning, so there's no reason not to do the trade. And then we go on over, we got minimum bid rate. That's going to be the interest rate basically coming out of Europe. That comes out at 7:45. That's the only thing that can slow down the pound one a little bit. Sometimes that comes out, the move happens quick, and then things quiet down waiting on the European interest rate announcement to come out. And, Draghi has surprised everybody a few times in the last, year and a half here. So you never know quite what's going to come out of the ECB. Now, the big thing is the press conference at 8:30. That, again, is going to be the big mover on the euro. So you could try to hop in on the minimum bid rate. You're probably better off waiting unless they do a surprise rate. That's the only reason that's going to be good. But as long as they don't do a surprise change in the rate, then you'll be better off waiting for the ECB press conference that happens at 8:30. And that ought to have a very significant impact on the euro dollar, just because statements made, reading it, what are they going to do? You got the Greece exit, the Grexit, whatever coming up. They got the third round of bailouts on the line, and nobody wants to see anything negative when they're coming up for re-elections and everything else. And so it's all sorts of interesting politics into play on the financial policies. Now, don't forget, we do have that European press conference coming out, but we also have some other things that are going to be coming out. We got the ADP non-farm employment change this week on a Thursday. Usually we get it on a Wednesday, okay? So this week it's on Thursday. And that ADP non-farm employment change coming out at 8:15 usually has some nice volatility on it. We'll probably go in, and my suggestion is, I'm going to look at it in a little more detail, but my suggestion is probably looking at just focusing on euro dollar, so you can capture both of those, the 8:15 and the 8:30 announcements, to hopefully get some nice volatility and have a nice spread straddle trade on Nadex. And again, you can easily find those spreads using the spread scanner. Just hop on the site there, click on the Diagnostic Box Spread Scanner, and sign up for that. Get your free trial to it right away. Now, they have one other announcement. Usually would be a pretty big one. We will go into it. Look at the stats, all that. But the bottom line, ISM non-manufacturing PMI at 10 a.m. And so that's also a potential trade. It's just we may have so much movement already happening from the press conference and from the ADP non-farm employment change, it may overshadow the ISM because we're having both of those meetings at the same time. Now, a couple other things. Of course, we have crude oil inventories coming up tomorrow at 11, and we'll have the G20 meetings, okay? And at the G20 meetings, Obama's going to be talking to, whatever, I don't know, Tsar or whatever he is, Putin over there in Russia, and trying to talk him into, joining in on the bandwagon, because he's been pretty outspoken against any action, saying that any action on Syria outside of UN allowance would be illegal. So, of course, Obama put himself a little bit in a corner, and then now he's trying to get everybody else on his side, and it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. But I'm sure there's going to be some press conferences, and so you may have a little Syria impact, little Russia, U.S. announcements on the Syrian impact, which could have some big impacts on oil as well. Usually not a thing you're totally looking for out of press conferences at the G20 meetings. So keep abreast of the headlines on that, because that can cause some sharp moves coming up while all this is coming out. And if we look over at Friday, like I said, we're going to have the big one, not the ADP one, but the actual non-farm employment change is coming out at 8:30. And that's usually a very big employment number, obviously, and especially with the impact on QE. The other thing that's really important with all this is the employment change, the unemployment rate coming out of Canada, and the labor productivity coming out of Canada, along with the unemployment rate and average monthly earnings coming out of the U.S. So you got 6 high impact, or 4 high impact, 2 medium impact USD CAD reports coming out at the same time. So guess what my favorite pair is on that trade? USD CAD, looking for probably a 2 deviation move off of that 8:30 announcement on the dollar CAD. All right, stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzamento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
TFNN has just announced our first ever virtual trading competition, and we're giving away $10,000 in cash prizes, and it's free to enter. Sign up by Thursday, September 5th at noon Eastern, and the trading competition will take place the following week, Monday, September 9th, with first place winning $3,000. Don't delay, as you won't be able to register once the competition begins. Sign up now and reserve your spot in TFNN's $10,000 virtual trading competition. To sign up and for all the details, log on to TFNN.com.
Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Hour. So again, I want to remind you, you need to hop on over right now. Hop on over to TFNN.com. Okay? Right now, hop on over there. This is the last full day to enter. You need to get on here right now. Click on the virtual trading competition. Fill in your name. First name, last name, phone number, and email address. Click submit. This gets you going. The thing is going to start on September 9th. You got to register now so we have time to get all your demo accounts and everything all set up. This will be a unique demo account given to you just for the trading competition. Be trading on the Nadex platform. Like I said, $3,000 for first place, $1,500 for second place, $750 for third place, fourth and fifth place, $500 each, 6th through 10th, $250 cash for just demo trading. Okay? And we're also giving away $100 prizes every single day, 5 of them every single day, along with a copy of Tommy O'Brien's book, The Art of Timing the Trade, which is an excellent, excellent book. So I've read it actually a couple times, and has a great information in there on volume analysis, and so one actually more valuable than the $100 itself, if you ask me, just because you'll be able to use that to compound it. So that $100, that's awesome. Again, 5 $100 prizes every day, so that's $2,500 in prizes right there, just in the cash given on a daily basis, plus the big prizes at the end of the week. So there's no reason not to do this. Let's say you like to trade Forex. You can trade Forex over on Nadex. Let's say you like to trade futures. You can trade, future indices. On Nadex, you can trade commodities like gold, oil, silver. Maybe you're an ETF trader. You're used to the S&P 500, the spiders, or IWM, or the diamonds. Well, you can trade with a lot better leverage, mind you, the S&P 500. You can trade the Dow. You can trade the Nasdaq. You can trade this, the Russell 2000. So there's really no reason not to be hopping over and placing these trades. And once you get all registered and set up, the thing starts next week, so you need to get a head start. You need to get a little education going, okay? So hop on over here, check out the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer. Not only do you get the box spreads, you also get the binary analyzer as well, and you get 2-week free trial. So you can try this thing out, see how it works, while you're learning, while you're trading, okay? And while you're doing your regular trades, just place some demo trades along with it. It's not going to hurt you. And it'll, obviously it should help you. And, I'm here to answer any questions you have, so you can feel free, of course, to call in and ask me any questions about binaries and spreads and, how they all work and everything else. And so, what are some of the things that you can do to take advantage of this? All right? What are, some of the possibilities? How does this work in a way that might actually be beneficial for you? Well, you can go down here, and let's just say we're going to pick a market, like euro dollar. Okay, so let's say you're an FX trader. Well, you can go in here and you can place trades that are very close to where the market's at. This one's, only, 6 pips away. It's a $5 risk. Okay, and that's including fees, by the way. $5 risk on the trade. You know what that means? That means you're putting up $5. $5 to place a mini lot, which is 10,000 units of currency, which comes out to about $13,000 of buying power for $5. Not even $5 now. Now it's like $2 and 80 cents or whatever. And how does this work? Well, let me show you. And this is, you hear me talking about this, and you're wondering, like, why is this guy so excited about this? What is all this about? Let me show you why I'm so excited about this. Okay. You go in here, let's say you pull up the euro dollar, and we're looking at this trade. What does this mean? Okay, 32.10 to 33.10. Well, what I do is I call them box spreads because they look like a box when you draw them. Okay, they're not a traditional box option, but just a box spread. And so if you go up here, and you go to 32.10, and then draw that on up to, like, say, 33.10. Okay? So right up here, like this. Now let me zoom in on this for you. And so let's just say you were bullish. Or, and this is the cool part, you'll like this in a second, I'll go into it. We can even say, you're bearish. So this thing's going to expire, say, at 1 o'clock or whatever. Okay? And, or 2 o'clock Eastern. And so, one of two ways that you could use this buy spread. Well, you could just buy it and only put up $5. And no matter what the euro dollar does, you can't lose more than $5 on the trade. Literally, you can't lose more than $5. Let's see what it's at right now, if it's even $5. And right now, we got a risk of $3. $3 on the trade, okay? So that is your total risk, which is ridiculous. And so you got a $3 risk. You're putting up $3 to control $13,000. Okay. So this would be just like going in and buying a mini lot of euro dollar. And stay tuned. I'll show you how this works. And let's say you're a futures or forex trader. I'm going to show you how to combine the two for a very, very sweet way to trade. Stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com. Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com. TFNN is having an open house in the Tiger's Den for 2 weeks, and the best part is that everyone is invited and you just have to be a member at TFNN. The open house in the Tiger's Den has already begun and will last through our week-long virtual trading competition, which ends September 13th. Use this time to exchange trading ideas with other traders in the virtual chat room and discuss trading strategy while gaining high-definition access to all TFNN hosts' charts and screens during their live daily programs. If you're not already a member at TFNN, then the easiest way to become a member is by simply signing up for our $10,000 virtual trading competition, and the rest takes care of itself. In order to register for TFNN's virtual trading competition, you have to sign up by Thursday, September 5th at noon, and that's right around the corner. So don't wait and sign up now. For all the information and to fill out your entry, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN's open house in the Tiger's Den for 2 weeks only, ending September 13th. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So again, what do we got going on over here? Okay, how does this work? How do we put all the pieces together? All right, so what we have is the ability right now to go in and trade this simple spread. Okay, so you had a bullish view on the euro dollar, and you thought it was going to rise. You could buy this spread right now to be up around 32.13, but the floor of the spread is at 32.10, so your risk is a mere $3. Okay, you're controlling again $13,000 in buying powers if you're buying a mini lot. Where do I get that number from? Well, you take 10,000, and then you simply multiply it times the quote, so 1.3205. So you get $13,205 you're controlling with a mere $3. Okay, that's like 4,400 to 1 leverage. Let me repeat that again. 4,400 to 1 leverage. Okay? So people complain about not getting that 500 to 1 on Forex anymore. Well, it's back and it's better. Okay? So now that you have that understood, now understand this concept that you can't get stopped out. Your dollar could fall 1,000 pips. You know, you'd still only be down $3. Falls 10 pips, you're only down $3. So $3 is your risk on the trade. should it go higher than the price at which you buy it? So let's say you buy it at 32.13. If it expires, all the way at the top, and the width on that one is 100 pips, then you'd make $97 on your $3 risk. Pretty good risk reward. Now, maybe it won't move up 97 pips. I don't really expect that at this time of the day. Let's just say it moves up 50 pips from where you bought it. It moves up, let's say it ends at 32.63. You make 50 pips. Ends at 32.13 where you bought it. You get your $3 back. Okay? Ends at 32.12, a tick or pip, whatever, below where you bought it. You get your $1 back. Okay? You get $2 back, you lose $1 on that trade. If it ends at 32.10 at the floor of the spread, that bottom line I drew there, 32.10, then that's where you're at, 32.10. You put it $3. That was the max risk level. That's where it expired at. You lost $3. Now, are they all going to be $3? No. But it's there. It does exist. It's right now. That's a real live example. Okay? Now, maybe you're a Forex trader. In the sense of you just want to trade Forex. It's sort of funny. I'll get traders that go, I just trade futures. I just trade Forex. I don't know about this Nadex. Okay, these are options for day traders. And they're not complex. You're not dealing with massive deltas and gammas and thetas and vegas and all that stuff. Okay? Theta is a measurement of 1 day of movement. So is there premium? Yes. What is the pricing model? It's simple. The difference, that whatever the premium is, it's your difference between either whatever your max risk is if it's out of the money, meaning like right now the euro dollar is at 32.06, so it's out of the money because it's outside the box. So $3 is your premium. There's your theta if you want a theta reading, okay? And if it's in the money, let's say it's actually, in between the two, let's look at an example for that so you can understand, what is the premium here. Well, let's go like one that's like right in the middle. So right here we got, this one's at 32.06 by 32.09. It's a 31.60 by 32.60 spread. Okay, so let's grab this. 32.60. So it's right in the middle, okay, of where the market is right now. You can basically make 50 or you could lose 50. Or you could make 10 or lose 10. Or you could break even. It's not all or nothing. Okay, spreads are not binaries. They're not all or nothing trades. They're basically difference between the price trade. So where you buy, where you sell. The max profit will be up at the ceiling. The max risk will be down at the floor. So right now this thing's quoting at 32.06 by what? 32. Let's see here. 32.05 by 32.08. So you could buy, say, the euro dollar at 32.06. You could buy this at 32.08. So there's 2 pips of premium in the trade. Not a big deal. Okay? And again, your risk is capped, and let's just say you're still only, people go, well, it caps my profit at 51. Well, buy 10. Okay? But, how far do you really expect the euro dollar to move between now and 3 o'clock? Do you think it's really going to move more than 50 pips? Could it? Yes. Basically, it's moved 50 pips in the last, 12 hours. But, yeah, it could move 50 pips. But it'd have to move all 50 for it to get all 50. It'd have to move down 50 for it to lose all 50. Okay? So, the thing is, don't just look at it as, oh, well, it caps my risk. How many trades are you taking 100, 200, 300 pips off in a single day? Not too many. Let's just be honest. Okay? So, you're going in, you're grabbing 10, 20, 30, maybe 50 pips. That's an awesome trade. Good job. Well, okay, so you put up 200 and, whatever dollars. Let's see, if we go in, let's say 10,000, again, times 1.3205. So $13,000, and you have 50-to-1 leverage. You put up $264 versus the guy who put up $48 to do the trade. So if you're using Nadex, you got 5 times better leverage. Your money's working for you that much harder. And if there was some weird event, some bombing, some terrorist event, something shuts down, technology goes berserk, whatever, the worst thing that can happen to you is that you lose $50. If the market doesn't move, and you bought it at 32.08, it's at, let's see, right now, 32.05, market doesn't move at all, you lose $3. Okay? So $3 in time decay. Okay, so that's what you're paying. You're paying a couple bucks in time decay to have 5 times the amount of leverage and a cap on your risk in this particular instance. Okay, so there's a lot of cool benefits. Now, one of the things I was talking about was combining them. So, again, if you're a Forex trader, do you want better or worse leverage? It's really that simple of an answer. Okay, now let's go over here and let's look at this 3210 by 3310 we were talking about a second ago. Right there. And let's say you were short the euro dollar, but you didn't want to get hammered. And you sold this at 32.06. This is priced up here at 32.13. Okay? So the difference between 32.06 and 32.13 is 7 pips. So that gives you a $7 risk on the trade. This is if you sold the euro dollar spot. Okay? Or maybe you're using the futures, whatever, but let's just the spot to make it simple for equalization, 1-to-1. And then you went in and you bought the euro dollar spread. So you gave yourself a $3 risk if the market doesn't do anything. And at most, you gave yourself a $7 risk if it goes against you. But it can go against you by, really, I mean, if it's at 32.06 or 05 right now, it can go all the way up to 33.10. So it could go against you by 105 pips, and you'd only be down a net $7 between what you're up on and what you're down on. Okay? So why is that? Well, because let's say if you're profitable, your dollar's going down, it's making a pip every pip, whatever, making a dollar every pip. It goes up, it's losing a dollar every pip, right? If you sell or buy, if you sell the spot dollar, euro dollar, you're going to make a dollar every pip down, you're going to lose a dollar every pip up. But if you went in and you bought the spread also, then basically once it gets, it'll make a little bit between now and then, but once it gets to 32.13, it'll be pretty much on a delta of 1. So once it gets up to 32.13, it's going to be making a dollar for every dollar you're losing on the spot. So it could go up, it could lose a $7, okay? And at this point, $8. I guess we got it at 32.05, so it would lose $8. All of a sudden, the euro dollar spread that you bought at 32.13 starts making a pip. So for every pip the euro dollar is losing, the euro dollar spread you bought on Nadex is making a pip. So it's making pips all the way up, and it's hedging you. This would be like a married put, or if you inverted it and you went long the euro dollar and you sold the lower spread, like the 32.10 to 31.10, okay, then that would be like a married call. So, sorry, a married put if you buy the put, you buy the stock. A married call if you sell the stock or whatever it is and, buy the call. So if you're buying a put or buying a call, but basically it's just a hedge. So you can go in and you can hedge, but you can do this on a daily time frame. You wouldn't want to do this with futures, regular futures, because you're not getting the delta coverage. You're not getting the 1-to-1, okay? Because you have all that delta you got to give up between now and then, and you have to do a larger position. So understand that you can trade them just like the underlying market, but with less money. You can trade in smaller sizes. Tell me how you're going to do smaller than a Russell contract. Well, IWM, maybe? Okay, you're going to put up a fortune to do that. Well, go over and just trade one spread contract. It's equal to 1-to-1. And right here in the spread scanner, we tell you what the equalization ratios are. So if I go over here and I choose S&P, or I choose small cap, or crude oil, or gold, okay? And I look at them, you're going to tell me, oil ticks in 0.01, take value as $1 on Nadex. An oil future takes in 0.01, take value as $10. So it takes 10 oil spreads to do one oil contract. But you could do mini oil if you wanted to. They give you at least $5 a tick, but this would bring it all the way down to $1 a tick. So you can really do a lot better job with your risk management. Okay? We go down here and go further. Gold, 0.1. Okay, they both tick in 0.1. Value $1, $10. So you can actually do a tenth of a gold contract. You can go down to the S&P 500. Okay? Well, it takes in 0.1. Nadex takes in 0.1. The S&P 500 EME futures, they take in 0.25. Well, the Nadex contract is $1 tick. So 1 point of $1 move would be worth $10, right? Because 10 dimes and $1. So $10 for a 1 point move. Nadex 0.25, which is $12.50. Well, that's 4 quarters in $1. So $12.50 times 4 would equal $50 in a point. So this is $10 a point. This is $50 a point, making the equalization 1 ES future equals 5 Nadex spreads. So if you're wanting to hedge with Nadex spreads on the S&P, you can. And, we got Eurodollar, same thing. So all these, and I even went in and equalized them for, you futures traders out there, like 6E. So, because it's 125,000 units to 1. So, you got to go in there and you need basically 2, which is 250,000 units of Eurodollar futures if you want to get a perfect ratio. Now, you don't have to go perfect, but if you want a perfect ratio, you need 25 Nadex spreads to equal it out. So that way you're getting the same pip value, basically pip for pip, dollar for dollar move there. And so you can use them to hedge with. You can use them to go long with. You can use them to go short with. And you can use them to go both directions. Remember, I'm always talking. You always hear me talking, right, about these straddles. And so you can go in here. What I'll do is I'll just put like $100 as like max risk, and it'll pretty much help me simplify the trades really quick. And then I can go in and I can find a straddle. So there's like a 3 o'clock. So I'll find a floor of 32.10 with a ceiling of 32.10. And there you go. There is a straddle. So I can only lose about, a little less than $15 on this trade. So if I could make a net 15 or more, I'm at a 1-to-1 no matter which way the Eurodollar goes. Think this might be a good idea to do before a news trade. Definitely. Like Eurodollar or ECB press conference that comes out on Thursday morning. Might want to do a straddle like this. Non-farm payrolls. Might want to do a straddle like this. You got all the Canadian reports coming out, right, on Friday, along with the U.S. NFP report coming out. Might want to do a straddle like this. And so if you figure this stuff out, you start putting these pieces together, you can get some pretty sweet trades. And you can take advantage of directional. You can do random walk. You don't care how far it moves, just move. Okay? You can hedge. And that's just the spreads, by the way. We can go even deeper. We can dive into the binaries. You can do premium collection. I do that a ton on this show. And, go back and listen to some of my archives. So you'll see how I go in and I go into detail and I talk about different, trades like gold trades that I'll do and stuff like that. But you can do them there's 21 expirations a day where you can do expiration premium collection. And what does that mean? That basically means that you expect the market to stay flat, go in one direction, or not go against you too much. And so, if you went in and you were choosing a trade over here, let's say we pull this off, and just to throw out a random example for the moment, okay? Let's say we went in, we thought the Eurodollar would hit its high for the day. We don't think it's going above 32.20. And so if we went over here, said, okay, I want to do Eurodollar, and I'll put in 65 to 95, because that's basically what you're going to need for premium collection. And if you have questions about this stuff, all you got to do is call in and let me know. And if you ever don't see anything, a couple of tips for you. One, hit reset filters. Okay? That'll make everything show up. Then, type in one parameter at a time. See that right there? Do this. Because then you'll find out what you're doing. Maybe that's wiping everything out. Then let's bring this thing down to like the next 2 hours. Okay, well that gives me a 10-minute and a 1 hour. Maybe I just want the one that expires in the next 10 minutes. So I go over here and go, okay, let's get that off the screen too. And I can see, what trades are coming up that are expiring soon. And so right there we see we have a trade. Now this is a buy. I don't want to buy. I don't think it's going to be greater than I want to sell. I think it's going to stay below that price. So when you come back, we'll look at an example of a premium collection trade on that Eurodollar example I gave you. Stay right there. We'll be back right after this break. Again, if you have not registered for both the box spread analyzer and the virtual trading competition, make sure to do it right now, because cutoff time is tomorrow at noon, and if you're in too late, you're not in at all. All right, we'll be right back after this break.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.6% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. And all 6 of those winning trades had been initiated no earlier than just the previous month. With the 600th weekly Gold Report issue fast approaching, Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began, and right now you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber, as this volatile gold market provides trading opportunities after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So when we left, I said I was going to give you an example of how to do a potential, premium collection trade, and looking at different expirations that are available. Now I'm just throwing up a random example for you. I'm not necessarily placing this trade. I just want you to understand what the concept is, and you can watch on my show. I do place these trades, live trades right here on the show on a lot of the shows. So I'd say about 3 out of 5 of them. But let's go here and look at this right here. Let's say you thought your dollar was going to stay, below 32.20 between now and, let's say 7 o'clock. Now, you can also do these like 5 minutes away, by the way. Okay, but let's just say that's what you expected. It would stay below that price. Well, you could go in here and you could sell the 32.20 for $16.50 and actually make $16.50 if your dollar stayed flat, went down, or went up, as long as it didn't expire above 32.20. Now, what I do is I like to actually get out if it does hit my strike, because that lowers my risk. So because there's 3 prices I can know about binaries. I talk about this as well. I know they're going to be 0 or 100 at expiration. I know they're going to be 50 if the underlying market, like Eurodollar, is at the same price as the strike. So the Eurodollar is at 32.20, then the binary can be worth basically $50 at that point, okay? So just understanding some of these basic concepts can really, really help you out when doing some of these trades. And it's really important that you understand how these work. And there's a lot of ways to do them. You can do higher risk, higher probability trades. You can do lower probability trades. You can do balanced risk reward trades, 50-50. You can do range-bound trades if it stays higher than one price and lower than another, where you can be profitable on the trade. So, I mean, there's quite a bit you can actually do on Nadex, and it just takes a little bit of creativity. And that's one thing I try to do on my show, is to help out with that creativity, bring some of those possibilities to mind so that you see what is possible on Nadex and how you might be able to take advantage of it. But again, we can do it'll stay here, move in one direction, or move another direction a little bit, or we can even do it'll stay in between, 32.20 and 31.90. So, or you can do them even wider. So sometimes I'll have them like a lot wider than that. So you can do range bound, you can do breakout, you can do random walk, you can do trend based, you can do hedging, you can do there's scalping ways to trade. There's a lot of different ways to trade on Nadex. Whatever your trading style is, you can do it with Nadex. You just have to learn a few more things. But why would I bother? I already am doing something. Well, you can get better leverage, better use of your money, defined risk, and so there's a lot of advantages. There's things that you can't do other places. You can't do hourly or every hour do a premium collection trade anywhere else. You just can't. So it's something you can do here that you can't do anywhere else. You're watching paint dry. What are you doing to make money? Well, you could be collecting premium. You could be collecting time. So there's a lot of ways to go in there and take advantage of it. What else could you do? Well, you could hop in and you could hedge your current trades that you're doing already. So you could lower your risk. I mean, having a $7 risk on a trade, max, $3 risk if it stays flat, with 100, literally 100 pip stop loss, but only risking $7. That's fantastic. Where else are you going to get that? Okay? And one thing I tell people is this is sort of like getting Friday expiration options every day, because they have daily, like 23-hour long, and even hourly. They even have weekly expirations for binaries. So now weeklies being they all expire on Friday, okay? And again, those are only on the binaries. On all the other markets, they have daily, like intraday, where they have ones that start like every hour, depending upon what market it is, depends on what that first hour is. And then they have the daily ones on the spreads as well. So there's a lot to learn, but this competition can make it worth it, make it fun, and you can actually win a few prizes along the way. So make sure, hop on, register for the competition, register for the free trial access on the box spread scanner, get access to tutorials and access to Ask Me Questions. We're here to help you, and looking forward to a fun competition. All right, stay tuned. We have another great show coming up for you, and I will see you tomorrow.
What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.